and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the fall time cozy time book tag because it seems like a really good way to get into the fall spirit. This just has a couple of themed prompts and you talk about books that fit them, and I mean, you know how a tag video works. Don't know why I'm going through this. The first question is, crunching leaves, the world is full of color. Choose a book that has reds, yellows, and oranges on it. For this question, I chose The Fireman by Joe Hill. Joe Hill is a horror author. He's actually Stephen King's son. And I read another book by him called Horns. It was turned into a movie with Daniel Radcliffe, and I absolutely loved it, so I picked this one up, and it has all kinds of reds and oranges, although it's not really for a sweet fall reason. It's because everything's on fire. The next prompt is cozy sweater. It's finally cold enough to wear warm, cozy clothing. What book gives you the warm fuzzies? And it was really easy for me to try to say Harry Potter, and I decided to challenge myself. So instead of saying Harry Potter, I'm going with Inkheart by Cornelia Funk. This is a story that I read years and years and years ago, and I think it was actually out of print for a little while, and I'm going on a quest to find it again because I really want to reread these stories. But thinking about the time that I read them makes me feel really happy and warm inside. I read them when I was a kid. I think I was like 5th grade, 4th grade, and I remember this is one of the first series that wasn't Harry Potter that I was absolutely obsessed with. It's about this world and this family who has a gift that everything they read can come to life. It comes out of the book and into the real world, and they are captured by a man who is pretty nefarious and forced to use their powers against their will for reasons that are not good, and the story was amazing. Cornelia Funk is one of my favorite authors of all time. I think she's really, really stunning. Her writing is great, her plots are great, her characters are wonderful, so that's what I'm going to go with for this topic. The next category is Fall Storm. The wind is howling and the rain is pounding. Choose your favorite book or genre to read on a stormy day. For this one, I'm going to go with a genre, fantasy, and the book that I wanted to talk about was Uprooted by Naomi Novik. I know this is really popular on BookTube, and I read it 2.5 years ago. While I was reading this book, it was consistently really stormy and dark outside. It really fit the atmosphere of this story, which is also pretty dark and twisted. Curling up with this on stormy days was just an absolute, wonderful experience, and I would love to do it again. And luckily, where I live, the weather is starting to get terrible again, so hopefully that means more rainy reading days. My iPad, for whatever reason, is not letting me scroll down, so I'm gonna have to go off my laptop. The next question is hot apple cider. What is an underhyped book that you want to see be the next hottest, biggest thing in the world? For this challenge, I'm going to go with another Cornelia Funk book because I think she's very underrated, at least here on BookTube, and that is the Reckless trilogy by Cornelia Funk. They got recovered about 4 times, so this is, I believe, the very first original edition that ever came out. My mom and I got it years ago when it first released in America. Cornelia Funk is a German author, and I read it on a road trip, and it was amazing. This book integrates folklore so well into the story. It uses a lot of German folklore because she is from Germany. It was so unique and interesting. They use goils, and people are turning into stone, and I mean, it was just so creative and fun and well written and atmospheric. I feel like this is such a good story, and I would love to see the rest of the world pick it up and love it as much as I think that they should, because it's definitely deserving. The next question is coats, scarves, mittens. The weather has turned cold and it's time to cover up. What's the most amazing book cover that you own that you would want to keep hidden from the public? I'm actually going to be picking a cover trend instead of a specific book with the worst cover, and I don't have many books that do this anymore. I think it's definitely out of style in young adult publishing, although not nearly enough, and that is zoomed in faces on book covers. What is this? I mean, this is just zoomed in people at an awkward angle, and it's a hardcover, so I could take the jacket off anyway, but what is this? What is this? I hate this cover trend, and I'm really glad that it's sort of on its way out, I would say. I haven't seen any new releases with this kind of weird, uncomfortable, zoomed in face. Well, that's not true because Grace and Fury just came out. Grace and Fury's Owl Crate cover was gorgeous, and the original cover with zoomed in faces that are cut in half in awkward angles. Why? What is this? And I'm sure that both of these books are great. I read this one ages ago, I don't really remember it, and this is one that I picked up on a whim at a half price. But I've heard amazing things about this one too, but I don't want to show them to people because they look atrocious. Like, they're really, really bad, and I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I would not like to read this out in public. I wouldn't read this out in public. I'm too ashamed. The next question is just pumpkin spice. What is your favorite food to eat in the fall time? And I would say probably anything from like Thanksgiving-ish. I love pumpkin pie. I love making pumpkin pie. I love all the sweet potato dishes that come out for Thanksgiving. And I personally am a big advocate for cranberry sauce. I love cranberry sauce. Comes in the cans. Not the kind with cranberries. If it's not smooth, it's not right. It's a disgrace. But I love cranberry sauce, and I wait all year round to eat it because you can really only eat it like at Thanksgiving, around Thanksgiving time. So those are my favorite foods. And the last question is, who do you tag? And everyone. Everyone. I tag Berry book pages on IGTV actually. Knock yourself out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon in a new video. Bye!